Introduce us today, putting you right on the spot.
All right, guys. Hey, guys, this is Dower Rock and Roll, also known as Dower underscore Hussein on Twitter. I'm here. We're here to do podcast game chat, right? I
It's
got it. And
no.
what's the name of our Nside game chat?
Yeah, he's on the
Nside
show
game.
every
Sorry.
week, and he forgets its name.
Hey, long day. All right, a long day. It's 10 o'clock here. And my co-host Jared is here. He's the main guy, right? So he should be introducing us, but for whatever reason, I'm introducing today. He got me off guard. So
That was
let's
the
go.
point, but yeah, I just want to make sure he knows what the show's called. He clearly doesn't. Can't find good help these days. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
So what you been playing this week?
Oh boy, damn, I'm all over the place. To be honest, I made up a schedule, but I just still like broke my schedule. So I'm playing 4 games right now. Rise of the Ronin on PS5. The Quarry on Xbox, along with Marvel's Midnight Suns, still not done. Playing those on Xbox, and I just started, I believe, on Thursday evening. I started No Rest for the Wicked on Steam. So I'm all over the place, people. I'm all over the place. I'm playing all these 4 games, and I'm having a good time. Rise of the Ronin, not so much. And I want to kind of talk about it a little bit later on about this game. Like,
Just
had
talk
a
about it
huge
now.
arc.
Talk about it now.
Sure,
Yeah, and
sure.
after you do, I'll hit my games. I mean, it's fine. Go. Let's hear
Yeah.
about it. What's going on?
All right, so I mean, it's not that like I have what's the word? I mean, I have no agenda against this game or anything. It's just like, man, it's just like the more you play, the more you know about this game, right? Like the more I mean, you learn more about the game, right? So I mean, your opinions change over time too. Am I not right? Like sometimes when you play, sometimes the game has a good start, sometimes it gets slow, sometimes it picks up, sometimes. So for me, I said what I said was that, hey, I'm actually playing Rise of the Ronin. I'm having a good time, but I will still not recommend this game at full $70, like at full price. It's not a $70 game like from no aspect. I believe this game deserves to be a $70 game, or like the developer or the publisher should be charging us. But it is what it is. I got attacked by some people. I mean, some people not attacked to be honest. But what's the word? Like they're just showing going off again. I mean, just disagreeing with me. What they're saying is that well, the gameplay itself deserves to be $70. I'm like, guys, I mean, game. There are $40 games, there are $60 games, there are $50 games that have better gameplay than Rise of the Ronin, or sometimes their gameplay is just legit. Helldivers 2 is a $40 game. It's better game overall, in my opinion. I mean, they're two separate games, two different kinds. But like, I think Helldivers 2 is more of a next gen game, even though that I still don't consider it to be a next gen game than Rise of the Ronin. Lies of P, a $60 game, I believe has a better gameplay than Rise of the Ronin. And it looks more next gen, even though it's not next gen. It looks next gen compared to Rise of the Ronin. The Team Ninja's own game, Volong Fallen Dynasty, I believe has better gameplay than Rise of the Ronin. That's $60. So just the argument I'm saying, the gameplay itself is worth $70. I just totally disagree with that. I don't think so. It makes sense. There's a game. It's my game of the week recommendation. I'll just say it right now. It's Tamesia. I believe it's done by Team 17 Studio. Tamesia. It's a really good game. It launched at $40 and it has generally like a really solid gameplay. Like I love that gameplay. It's close to Bloodborne, but it's not really Bloodborne. It's a really good game for $40. So that's my thing. I'm not hating Rise on the Ronin, but I just don't believe it deserves to be a $70 game. That's just my opinion. That's
That's
it.
fair. I mean,
Yeah.
and people who are arguing that it's just they don't like other people's opinions. They can have their own, and yours is yours, and
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sir.
yours is yours. And I'm just saying, like yours is not wrong,
Hmm.
and the only reason theirs is wrong is because of how offense they took in trying to hurt you by
No,
saying
no, no. They're not hurting me. I'm sorry. It's just like I mean, they're kind of just taking it like they're just being offended by it. Like they're just like, how can you say a game and stuff just because of the graphics, just because of the story, just because? I'm like, guys, a lot of things play like it's not just gameplay, man. Everything adds up to a game being a good experience, right? It just can't. Gameplay is top notch thing, but I don't believe that gameplay for Rise of the Ronin is extraordinary or is out of this world that deserves to be 100 or $70 or $80, whatever. It's just, I think it could have been easily $60, and I still would not recommend it to buy a lot of people to buy it at $60. It's a good game, but I just think it's a solid 7 out of 10 so far. That's all I'm just saying. Yeah.
Hey, I completely understand. It's and it like I said, like I believe you. I mean, I'm not interested in it right now. I'll probably eventually play it, but I didn't play Wolong, even though I had it for free thanks to Game Pass. Um,
All right, man. Yeah. Whatever piques your interest, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's what and mine goes by like I always say. Like I get in these moods where it's just one type of game that I want to play, and it's not really it. Like this week, all I've played is I went back and I am about got all the achievements on the PC version of Fallout 4. I'm down to
Nice.
the last DLC and two main quest ones. One I'm gonna get tomorrow when I play for like 10 minutes. It's literally I'm that close to finishing it because it was the grindy one. It was one of the really grindy ones, and then the entire Nuka Cola DLC, which is a great DLC, mind you.
Nuka Cola. Nice.
Yeah, it's a Nuka Cola World.
Quick question on Fallout New Vegas. How old is that game? Like 15 years old? It came out in 2009?
Well, 4 just is like a year away from 10. So I
Yeah.
think it is 2018. It was when I was 8. It's 2018 or
No, no, no.
2019.
New
No.
Vegas, not 76. New
Oh yeah.
Vegas.
No, I mean 2008 or 2009. My bad. 2008 or 2009.
Yeah, so I saw a lot of people are playing Fallout games right now because of the Fallout show and everything. I saw some screenshots for Fallout 76. It's an Xbox 360 game, right? Dude, it looks really good. I'm like, wow, for a 2008, 2009 game, it has some really good art style and graphics. I'm like, wow.
It's
It's just
it is still my
good looking
favorite,
game.
and it has
Yeah.
like it is my favorite of all. Not just in story, but it also has my favorite thing in the game. What makes it number one to me is actually a DLC. It is the best DLC I've ever seen. Two actually, and they're both back to back. Old World Blues is my all time favorite, and then uh, Lonesome Road is just as good. It's
Gotcha.
Lonesome Road is very linear too. It's not really. It's like it's more like a straight path. You can, and there's only like 6 or 7 points you can go to, like through it, but it's just a straight path. Once you beat it, those 6 points are the only places you can go back, and it's just a big circle. But it's just a great story, and that's why I like it so much. Great gameplay, and some of the better boss fights are in that one because it's actually you have to be pretty much max. You have to be 30 or up
Level?
to even stand a chance in that DLC.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. Quick thing before we move on. So again, I just want to clear myself out, okay? For Rise of the Ronin. I'm not saying that you don't have to go and buy that game at full price. If you want to pay $70 and play it, go ahead. I'm not like here to judge you. I'm just not. I'm just saying I would not recommend people to buy at $70. I'm just giving my opinion. That's it. If you want to pay $70, go. If you want to pay $35, go. If you don't want to pay a single cent, it's up to you. But my opinion is definitely play the game, but not at full price. That's just my recommendation. But done. I'm done.
you're
Yeah.
good.
Simple.
You're good. I mean, hey. It's just somebody's going to take this on Twitter and be offensive. Like, it's totally worth 70. You should only play it. It is what it is.
And to be honest, they might just take it out of context what I just said right now. They would be like, "Oh, he's saying this just doesn't deserve to be $70." So, like, who is he to judge Team Ninja or like Koei Tecmo? Like, I'm not judging them, man. It's just like for me, it's just not doing it. I mean, I'm still gonna finish it, but like sometimes I feel like I'm like forcing myself to move forward. There are just some parts of the game that are, in my opinion, are forgettable. Like it's just not clicking right now, to be honest.
Hey, that's fine. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of like I'm gonna be honest. I still haven't gone back and finished Rebirth. I'm off tomorrow, so I plan on
Yeah.
playing a little bit more tomorrow. Um, but like I will say, it is definitely a pretty game, but it got a little too mini gamey. It's add in the how do you want to put it? The Ubisoft formula for open world games.
Oh, really?
It is literally that. And then throw
Okay.
that at the end of each of those points of interest. They've even got the towers. You've got some you climb, some you just run around at the bottom or whatever. Like literally the radio towers from Far Cry. They've got like it's a lot of open world. There are some linear chapters, but it gets real. It gets a little. And my bad habit is you don't have to sit there and play them all. But if you want the best stuff to make your character strong, to make fights easier or you better, you have to do them
And
anyway.
I think it might also be if you want to get all the trophies, right? It might help, right? With the
Well,
by
yeah,
doing all those side
you want to
quests.
get all the
Yep.
trophies, but you have to beat it twice to get all the trophies.
The whole game.
Yep, and do everything twice.
Wait, so the whole game itself was like 40 hours long, right? If I'm not mistaken.
The story I think is 30 hours, but if you do all the side stuff, it's about
Mhm.
100.
So basically, you have to spend almost 150 to 200 hours to get all the achievements, right? I mean, all the trophies.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great game, but it's bloated. It is just it's
Gotcha.
bloated with things to do that.
So are you gonna go for the 100% thing,
No, I
like
don't.
all trophies?
No, that's not like. Honestly, if I go for 100%, I have to really enjoy a game. If
I
it's a
thought you
bigger game,
mostly.
it,
Gotcha,
if it's
gotcha.
a bigger game. Sometimes if it's like
Oh,
a small game or something, and like I beat the game and I'm at like 2 achievements left or something, I'll go back and like, might as well just get
gotcha.
them all done. But if it's like a big game like that with a lot of grind, and I'm not
Yeah.
feeling it,
Mhm.
I will beat it because I always beat my games, but I probably won't go back. I might go back and do some better redo some sections for maybe an extra gamer score point or a couple extra trophies or something. But I would not go back and 100% this game. I would not play through on the hardest difficulty a second time doing all that same stuff again.
Got it.
Even though
Got it.
it's new game plus and you get to keep all your crap
Understood. Understood.
and levels, but still. But
All right.
yeah, that's just me. I mean, hey, if you want to go for it, and I'm not talking dour, but people out there, go for it. More power to you. It's just not for me.
7 rebirth. 100. All the trophies. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
I mean,
yep. Just like go for it. So I've got us a little icebreaker of the week for people to get to know us. What is your biggest indulgement? Like you like indulging yourself that other people are like, why do you waste money on that or eat that or do that kind of stuff.
ooh. Wasting money, basically, right? Kind of according to others, right? According to others,
Yeah,
right?
you can be wasting money
Ooh.
or wasting time or I mean there's nothing wrong like some people might think fishing
Hey,
or something like that.
I mean, but I mean, it's not technically wasting, but it's just like upgrading, I guess, the word I'm looking for here. For me, it's like I constantly want to upgrade sometimes. So for me, it's right now, it recently started, people. It recently started. It's upgrading my gaming laptop now. I think so
You just
once
bought
and
that.
yeah, I know. Once it's just like I think I'm just a sucker for a deal. I mean, I guess a good deal. Like, now I'm not gonna pay the full price. So it's just like since I bought this laptop, I've been getting a lot of ads on Google, even on Instagram and Twitter. Not Twitter, Instagram, Google, and YouTube. Hey, there's this laptop on a deal, like a Alienware laptop on Dell.com is $1,000 off, 4080. And I'm like looking at the price. It also has 2 terabyte storage compared to my laptop that has one. So the price is down to 1,800. I'm like from 2,800 to 1,800, and I'm like, okay, I want to get it now. So I'm like, how though? Because I want to trade this in before I get it, so I can't right now. But I mean, my thing is, if I see a good deal, I'll just buy it, even though I might not play the game or might not use it. I'm just a sucker for a good deal, I guess. Yeah,
Uh,
that's me.
yeah, that can. Yeah, I used to be that way with like, the little pop
Everything.
figures.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
I
From
don't collect
GameStop
them
more
anymore,
sure,
but
yeah.
since then, though, when I found out these were a thing, and they've been going strong since about 2016. I started collecting video game based Christmas ornaments.
Nice. Ezio right there.
Yep, Ezio.
Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and I have a pretty good sized collection. I mean, and I only do the video game ones, anything video game related. Like this year, they've already announced the new ones, and this year they're doing a mini Xbox, and the video game system ones they do. Literally, they'll do the startup sounds, and then they'll play like the song of the most commonly played game. Like
Halo Combat Evolved, right?
yeah, so I would
Yeah.
say you start out because the old power up Xbox noise, and then it would probably do. Yeah.
It's I believe it's only $23, right? I believe so.
The
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 Xbox One.
yeah, the Master Chief is supposed to be $18, and the Xbox console is 20 or 22. So, and they're doing a lot more. Like, they're going to do one that goes with this one right here. I'm a big Pokemon fan too. I got Charizard.
Oh,
They're doing
nice.
Blastoids this year.
I didn't
Blastoids
know you like Pokemon.
and Magikarp, ironically.
Nice. Nice.
And
I
this
did
is
not know you were a Pokemon guy, though. Never thought so.
I'm hurt.
I mean, you don't look like a Pokemon guy.
Man, what does a Pokemon guy look like?
I don't know. Just always wearing a Pikachu shirt or something to like, talk about Pokemon all
I
the
have a
time.
Pikachu
Yeah.
shirt. I don't fit in it
Uh,
anymore. I used to fit
yeah.
in it, and then I got hurt.
Damn. All right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Let's
Oh, I had like 5 Eevee shirts too. Like all the evolution shirts. I was obsessed with.
wait. Is one more thing. One more. Is Charizard your favorite Pokemon? Please say yes.
Uh,
Damn.
no, he's not. I love Charizard. He is one of my favorites, but probably my main favorite out of all the Pokemon, that would be good old Mewtwo.
The most like strongest, I believe, the evil guy, right?
Now there's
Evil,
more
right?
that are out there. He's my favorite legendary. If I had to pick a starter, I would go with and then probably my favorite starter is Trico.
I don't know what Trico is.
He's from the
That's
third
from
gen.
YouTube. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, just cause
I know
I
there were some like ancient legendary Pokemons too, like big tiger type who could just fly, float in the air, like big ones. I
oh
forgot
yeah,
their
there
name.
are. There's Rayquaza. Like I can go down this path if you really want me to. There's Rayquaza, Ho
I want
Ho,
to ask you, I want to
Lugia.
ask you one more question. One more question. I don't know if you ever played this game or not, but it was a big thing, I believe 15, 20 years ago. It was called PokemonCrater.com. I don't know if you played that.
Uh no, I didn't do that much stuff
Dude, it
on.
was addicting. It was addicting.
Is that
I
the
played
one
it.
where you you pick 2 Pokemon and it fuses them?
No, no, no. It's just basically like you create catch I mean, there's a Pokemon Kingdom and you play with your friends, right? That's an online
Oh,
thing. So the legendary ones that I was mentioning, those are the ones I never caught in that game, but I just did not have, the intelligence to get catch them. But like you can catch them, fight them, and like just do a battle royale stuff in that game. It was crazy. PokemonCreator.com. I mean, you had to be there for it. It was crazy back in the day.
I'm actually only missing one of the Pokemon keepsakes, and it's just been hard to get a hold of. Because I didn't start collecting until last year, and I've just about gotten them all. My goal is to get every video game keepsake. And the one I haven't gotten is the Pikachu one yet.
Gotcha.
I've got the Pikachu mini. He wears a little Santa hat.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big Pikachu one. But here's my rarest and my favorite. There's only 5,000 of these. Darth Revan from KOTOR.
KOTOR.
It's just, he is so freaking cool. Actually, I'll take him out of the box.
So, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, so I just want a quick question on that. So, he has never appeared in any Star Wars show or movie. He just appeared in this.
No, he's actually had a book, and he has actually been, by Disney, made official canon just because he's such a good character.
Okay, great. So, you can expect him to pop up soon sometime.
Yeah, you'll always hear reference. He was actually going to be make an appearance in, I want to say, it was either Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels. Literally as a Force ghost.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah.
So he is one of the most interesting ones because he is probably considered the most powerful Sith Lord in all Star Wars lore.
Gotcha.
So, and if he eventually becomes so powerful, he kind of just becomes kind of like a nymph and stops kind of caring about being the Sith. There's like books and everything about him. I haven't read all the books, but he's a very interesting character.
Gotcha.
So let me put him up, and so we've got an interesting topic, guys.
Mm-hmm. We do. Really cool.
We briefly talked about it last week. I said we were going to do Borderlands, but we're going to wait for Trey to get back on that one. Which he said he should be back next week. This week, we're actually going to do, this episode is called Where Are the Games? And we're going to review both Xbox and PlayStation. PlayStation will be really quick because there's not really, outside their third-party stuff, they haven't really announced anything.
It's still their stuff too, kinda, in a way, right?
I wouldn't say that. Like a lot of this third party stuff is like, I'm still going to touch on like Stellar Blade and
I mean, it's coming out. We don't even have to talk about it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's on the list is one of their games coming.
Is it? It's coming out right now. I mean, we know about it. We know about the release date.
So, but it's
I want to talk about the games that we don't have any release dates or any information at all. We saw them and then they disappeared.
Well, it's not that it disappeared. They just they were forced to announce they had games in development. That's what it came down to. And I know people are annoyed with this now, but they were forced.
I'm annoyed.
Yeah, but at the time, people were just, because Xbox had become Gears, Halo, and Forza.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The thing was, the whole scenario then at that time was they didn't have games. And so what do you got to do to say when you tell people that you do have games?
Show Fable.
You announce them. Even if they're real early in development. And another thing I want people to understand, sometimes the reason games are announced early is really to go on a hiring spree, to get people to come and work to help create the game. And a lot of these studios were just now starting to expand at the time, so it made sense with a lot of the announcements. But anyway, let's hit the first one. We do know about it. We know when it's coming, and that's Hellblade 2. That's next month. It's actually a month from today, if I remember correctly, or yesterday. Month from today or yesterday. And as we talked about last week in detail, the 30 frames, but that's the first one. Is there one you can think of off the top of your head? I've got the full list in front of me that you want to point out that you'd like to know about, an update
I
on.
got a few. We talked about this last week. I brought it up. Contraband by Avalanche. Like, where is that game? What is it about? I mean, I don't know what it is about, to be honest. And when is it gonna come out? Any like, doesn't have to be like a certain year. Like, just tell me the ballpark. Is it gonna release this generation?
Oh,
That's
it's
my question.
releasing this generation. They've confirmed every game they've announced that is releasing this generation.
You
So,
think so? I mean, I doubt. There's one other game that I just doubt. I doubt it's gonna come this year, this generation. I'm sorry, and that's Perfect Dark. I'm like, I want it to come out this generation. I wanted to come out by 2026, but it seems like it's just going nowhere.
well, we got an update about that a few months ago.
Well, there wasn't a
Nah,
good
man,
update then.
nah, it was before the new year, and it wasn't a really big update. It wasn't like a trailer or anything. But
Are you talking about that? Like the Crystal Dynamics working with them. That one. That
no,
update.
that's over a year old. But this was an
I mean,
update on the Crystal Dynamics side that
what?
that their team is in the final stages of development.
Really? Huh?
Yeah, final stations though could be a year to 2 years out,
Which is
but
not bad.
which means it's literally not necessarily the vocals are recorded, but they have got the whole world mapped out, levels, and it's just now it's just they're in the parts where it's getting
I mean, if that's true, I'm excited then. I'm happy
yeah,
then. Like
I
I'm very
remember that, and it was they had, I think it didn't say final stages available, but they had pre-alphas ready, and that's usually in the final stages of developments. They had been working with the pre-alphas. So
okay. Okay. Right.
so the pre-alpha, usually the year before release is alpha, and beta is a good way to always look at it, and then beta is about 6 to 10 months beforehand.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's next year, but I can see it here by the end of 2025, early 2026.
I mean, if that happens, then we're good. If it comes out before this generation ends. If it doesn't, I mean, I'll be pissed because you announced it during Game Awards 2020, and it just doesn't even come out at all this generation. It's just dumb. I mean, it almost happened to Cyberpunk. I mean, it did happen to Cyberpunk. It was
And
announced 2013, and it released a month after the next generation started. I mean, the Series X and PS5 generation started. Yeah.
now, another thing with a lot of announcing games and I was like, it can be annoying, but it's really marketing. It's saying, "Hey, these games are coming," and I do know during pandemic, not Crystal Dynamics, the initiative before the add-on of the Crystal Dynamics team to do the full development of the game, they already had playable builds. Even Phil Spencer said he played it, and it was
I
going
thought he
to
said
be a
that was
good game. It's
Yeah, it was
just
going to be a quadruple A game.
quadruple A. That term is getting used too loosely, and it's real. And all it is just budget.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I heard this term just like a month after this game got announced because this game was being developed by an all-star team, right? Basically, like, I mean, the initiative is formed with creators who made Tomb Raider, God of War, all those
And
big games,
more
right? Yeah.
information has come out about that studio. They are, how would I put it? They are a think tank. Is the best way to look at it. They get
What take on?
a think tank. They
Okay,
get the
okay. Right.
idea for a game, start the base. There's only like 40 of them, and they build the bases for what they want in the game. And then this is what excited them is they don't have to put any cost into developing the main game. They do it in tandem with initiative leading the charge about, hey, we want to do it this way, and then you bring in a great and they want to be like, you bring in a secondary development team who has mastered developing games, who know what they're doing, where it's really just them directing, hey, this is what we need. Mm-hmm. You guys know what you're doing. We need you to make this happen. And that's where the co-development is. And I think that's the thing the initiative is going to be. After this game, I wouldn't surprise me if they divided into two teams. A team going work with one studio and a team going work with another studio. Literally, they're just going to be a think tank. They're going to create games, being the all-star minds they are, and they go and lead big studios to create the projects.
Gotcha.
So something along those lines has come out since that diversity, but it didn't bother me they were having Crystal Dynamics help. It made sense. I mean
I don't mind that at all. I mean, I honestly don't care who helps you if you're doing it by yourself, as long as the game that you show me at the very beginning, as long as it comes out and it delivers on its premise, I'm good. I really don't care like how many people are involved in making that game. I mean, it's cool if there's like a lot of cool if it's only one or two people are making, but at the end of the day, we just want a good game, right? We just want a game that we will be talking about for a good time. And I just want to quickly add a note onto this. Once in 2020, Perfect Dark. So when I saw that trailer during Game Awards 2020, it just looks so good. Like the trailer looks so top notch. It just looked like one of those games that is whenever it comes out, it's gonna be amazing. And then I read about the initiative. When I read about the initiative, when I like figured out who they were, what the team is about, like who all the people behind that studio, it just took my excitement to another level. I'm like, man, this game can potentially be one of the greatest games of all time because of all the star power that's behind this game, and it already looks so good with the teaser trailers. I was like, man, I cannot wait for this game. At that time, I thought it's only 2-3 years away, and now I'm like, okay, we're in 2024.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Going forwards, I'm not expecting any games to be 2 to 3 years away. Game development has gotten to where it's taken 5 to 6 years for bigger games, and bigger games, not, and it's true.
No. I mean,
you're still getting those odd outliers that can still do it in 3, but still.
No. Honestly, man, listen. If you're taking 6 years, if you're taking 10 years to release a game, to develop and release the game, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just like, don't announce it. And I get your point. I know what you said though, but like FromSoft, Insomniac. I mean, there's another one, a Forza Studio, Playground, Capcom. They announced their games a year, 2, 3, max 3 years before.
Elden Ring wasn't it almost 5 years?
Elden Ring was first announced 2019, in my opinion. I believe it was right after Sekiro release, and they announced Elden Ring.
Okay, so
3 years, right?
And it launched in 2023.
Early 22, February. It's been 2 years now since it came out. Yeah.
I feel like it launched in 23 for some reason. Because
I mean, it would have won Game of the Year last year then if it had released last year.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that game. Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, you're right. It was 22. So yeah, but
3 years.
Still 3 years.
It's not bad. 3 years not that bad. But Star Wars Eclipse, by the way. I mean, we'll talk about that later. So I'm just talking about these studios do a good job. Resident Evil 4 announced March of 22, came out March of 23. Street Fighter 6, same thing. Announced March 23, came out June 23. I mean, announced March 22, 2022.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's still.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's a good way to do it, but it was just Microsoft did it, and Sony did it for years, and they stopped doing it. Sony did it for years, like the start of the PS4 generation. They had games 10 years out.
a quick thing on Sony though, man. Like, I mean, right now it's slow for them. It is slow for them, okay? But like before this generation, this was never a thing. Nobody doubted Sony with their games. Nobody doubted like how they manage their studios, what they do, because everybody knew that whenever their games come out, they do come out. They're great. They're phenomenal, or they're like top notch, or like there's some solid games. For Microsoft, after what they went through with Xbox One Gen and what they're doing at the start, I know what you're saying again. Like they had to show people they have more games than the three bigger games, like the Halo X, Forza, and all that. But it's just like, man, you still on a prove it to us right now. That's where Microsoft is. Sony's in a different ballpark compared to Microsoft, in my opinion. So Sony can have, some hiccups here and there. Not Microsoft, in my opinion. I don't think so, man. And like, for example, the one game where they announced, hey, this game is coming next year, even though it came out 2 years later, Redfall. That was a surprise announcement. It got everybody excited. What happened? The game was bad. Like I mean, it's just bad. The reviews didn't do good. So announcing games early could also hurt you, man. It can hurt you. It definitely can. Announcing early or just like setting up expectations and then boom, you go down.
Well, but I will
It's
say
obviously not a
this:
disappointment. Yeah,
announcing a
go ahead.
game should not set somebody's expectations for the game.
The way you announce it though, the way you do, the way you show it off, like Arcane Studios who made
But
Dishonored,
but
New Prey. I mean, you're saying basically, hey, this game is gonna be legit because the
well,
three
no,
games that developed
you're still going
for,
to use the heritage in any marketing you do. The heritage. I mean,
but but
you can
but
be Rockstar,
it's,
and Rockstar
yeah,
could have, and Rockstar has not in the last couple years, not in the last 2 or 3 years, but Rockstar has released duds. Like
it did,
and they
it
use
did.
their pedigree. It's just going to happen that way, and
But Rockstar, but like, there's the thing though, Rockstar did not lose out half of their team and then say this is a totally new team developing this game right now. The people who are new, they actually didn't even want to develop this game. Once Redfall came out, we got all the news. Oh, they didn't even want to develop it. Oh, the people who made Dishonored 2 are not even there. So, this is what Microsoft did. The announcer that set high expectations with the heritage and everything that you mentioned, and then once the results started to not look good, they're like, all right, we're back on a backpedal and say what exactly happened. Like I mean, the word that Phil Spencer said, he came to XCast podcast right after Redfall's released, the big disappointment, and like a Starfield announcement that's only gonna be 30 FPS. He came and he said that literally he said this, dude. He said like they did the pre-draft grading for that game, like their own grading, and they had that game scoring 75. I'm like, if that's your grade, 75 out of 100. I mean, obviously, the critics are most likely gonna be lower than that. Like whatever we gonna see is gonna be not as probably not gonna hit 75. It's gonna be 70 or less, which is not good rating this
well,
kind of
yeah,
error right
I
now.
mean, you're using
Yeah,
that one, but I'm just saying a lot of people have a bad habit. Doesn't matter who makes the game or whatever, is they just hear this studio's making a game, and it happened with Cyberpunk.
I mean it did hurt Cyberpunk, right? They announced it way too early, even though it's a good game and it's actually in a much better state now. But
It
in the
was
beginning,
unplayable on console almost. I
yeah,
mean,
but what happened with Cyberpunk, right? I mean I'm not just gonna give all the blame to announcing it early. I mean that has nothing to do with it. But like
no. I mean,
like,
I
at
get what you're
the
saying,
beginning,
but I'm pointing out
yeah,
that
yeah.
what Cyberpunk did is they fixed the game, and they're still working on Redfall. And I know,
Oh my
and
God. Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like when a game gets announced, no matter how it's announced, I've come to, because I've gotten let down quite a few times. I've come to, until I play the game,
Hmm.
I'm not going to immediately assume it's the greatest game in the world. And a lot of people thought Starfield was going to be, but it was completely different. The game was great, but it wasn't what people expected.
No, yeah, no,
And
no,
and
yeah,
and
no,
I mean,
yeah.
it's even if the game's good, if you're expecting it to be one way, and then that's, you can't expect anything. I know a lot of people, when the recent update about Indiana Jones being first person, a lot of people were upset because they wanted Xbox to have their Uncharted, but this is what the team wanted to do. They wanted to do a first
And
person.
then that's what they've been doing though before
Yeah,
with
and I
Wolfenstein
mean,
games, right?
like, but everyone just until they saw that gameplay trailer, just presumed it was third person. Like I don't remember anybody. I even thought it was probably going to be third person. I didn't say it was, but you
Yeah.
just presumed for the style of game, and I'm
And the
just
developer too, and the
yeah,
history of the developer too, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
well, no, they've never developed a third person game.
That's what I'm saying. Because of their history, I honestly never thought it was going to be third person. I know Indiana Jones, like let's just say if this was Naughty Dog, I would 100% assume that it was going to be a third person game. Or if it was, Insomniac, whatever. And even though Insomniac has done both, but recently they've been doing third person games, right?
Yeah.
So, but if once if I had heard it was Machine Games or what's the Doom Studio? It's software. I would have assumed obviously it's gonna be first person.
Now
That's just
with
because
id,
general history.
I would be because they actually have a third person.
Which one?
They do the Unreal Tournament stuff.
The what? Unreal Tournament stuff? What is
Yeah,
that? I'm sorry.
you never heard of
No, what
Unreal
is
Tournament?
no.
Most of them are third person, but they do have some third person stuff. Unreal Tournament is probably you could say it's the original arena shooter. It's older than Halo, but it was only on PC, and they've done several. Like
But they're old, right?
no, there's
They're old.
actually one that was released about a year before Microsoft acquired them. It was like
I mean, year before the release,
before
Doom.
Microsoft bought Bethesda. It was like a year or 2
Yeah,
years.
they released Doom Eternal just before Microsoft bought them.
Well, no, it has two teams.
Okay, okay.
So here, let
Yeah, I
me.
mean,
I can
not
give you a little more information. Like they haven't released anything, and it wasn't a bad game, but it did not meet their standards because they also released it. I think the same year as Overwatch, and that pretty much killed them.
well, that's years before Microsoft bought them then because Overwatch came out in
Yeah,
2016.
you're right.
Yeah.
So but it's still newer. Unreal
Yes.
Tournament. So.
But I'm talking
Oh,
about
I
single
take
player
back what
game.
I
That's
just
not
said. It's
single
Epic
player.
Games.
Okay,
Yeah,
never
it's Epic
mind.
Games. It's done. They've done Quake. Oh, it's
But like,
Quake. It's
but that's
yeah,
also first person.
yeah. Quake was what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
but that's also first person. So I
So
mean, their history is based on first person,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm just saying, man. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
correct.
my point was so like if it's software machine games or people who mostly make first person games, I would assume their game is gonna be third person, no matter what people are expecting. I mean, that's what the studio does best, right? I mean,
Yeah,
there are some studios who change, like Insomnia kind of changed. The developers of Horizon Zero Dawn, what are the Guerrilla Games? I believe they did shooters before, first person shooters,
yeah.
Killzone,
I
right?
take back what I said. They've never done a third person. I thought they did because I just pulled their stuff up. I don't know what I'm thinking of, but yeah. But yet at
I
the
mean,
same
like you
time,
said, man, it's late people. It's 10:42 now.
but 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 like I was saying, like it. I didn't real like I said. I presumed it was probably going to be third person. I didn't say it was, but
Okay.
a lot of people were 100% sure that it was third person. I mean, if you look at, but I'm just saying, well, as we go back to the actual subject we're on, not about it and stuff, and if it's third person, but when a game is announced, a lot of people set expectations so high, like Cyberpunk, Witcher. Everyone's just like, "Oh, this is gonna be the greatest game ever."
Ooh. Well, Witcher was.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
but I
see.
mean,
Witcher was.
yeah, but
Uh, I know. I get
look
your
at
point.
even like now. Don't take the updates for Cyberpunk. Get rid of them. At the time when Cyberpunk launched, how much of a difference is it? You got Witcher all the way up here, and that thing launched way down here.
Yeah. I kind of want to say a quick thing. I mean, my personal take. So I bought it like 2 months after its release, right? So for me, unexpectedly, man, I don't know, man. God has me on a good side, man. That and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Star Wars Jedi Survivor bought it day one. I had no issues with these two games day one at all. Like for some reason, I had no issues with Cyberpunk day one. I mean, I bought it 2 months later, but like even then, people were still refunding that game with their experiences. I think most of the issues were on old gen consoles, right?
Yeah,
PS4 and
yeah. If you play,
Xbox One.
it actually ran fine. If you had an Xbox One X, or
Series X,
or the
the
series
Series X,
series or the series.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, either series, it ran
yeah.
just fine. But
I just said Series, and my iPhone thought I said Siri. So, anyways, never mind.
no
So
Siri,
quickly,
don't talk to me.
yeah. So quick thing on Cyberpunk. So I mean, in my opinion, when I played that game, I mean, obviously it's not the greatest game, but like it still was not as bad as people said it was. And I still don't. I'm talking about before all the updates, man. I'm talking about before all the updates. It's the game was good from the get go. It's just like how it launched with the what's the word? Dude, what's the word when the game just doesn't launch right with all the glitches and bugs? I mean, there's a word for it, right? Like unstable release. It has nothing to do with the game being bad. It's just like the presentation was just not good. I mean, how it launched, whatever. Yeah.
Well, but going back to Redfall, that's really what the biggest issues were. It was
Oh, no, 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 no,
no, I
no, no, no. What are
remember.
you talking about?
I like
No, no,
no, no, no. Even on the
no, no.
reviews, I mean, it would have scored higher. It still wouldn't have been like a 10 or anything. I'm not saying that, but even on IGN room, the most of the issue is how the game ran and played. It was
I mean, that plays a big part, I believe, but I don't think
and
my like no, no,
it's
no,
the
my
same glitch stuff. It's the same glitchiness as Cyberpunk
no, no.
was.
But Cyberpunk is not as bad of a game as Redfall is. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like Redfall, dude. I don't. Did you play it though?
I played a little bit of it,
Okay.
but I played after all the updates. And the
Okay.
thing
No,
is,
no.
it's
Yeah.
a co-op game. You need to play with people. I'm just
No.
saying.
Yeah. But like how the cutscenes are done in that game, dude. That's old stuff. Like the way they show off the cutscenes and everything, and the characters look not there. It's not a next gen game at all. Not even close. Not even close. And then another thing. So you said, I mean, don't go off their history, but I do that all the time, man. Like, Dishonored games 1 and 2 are my favorite Bethesda games. Like, not just Arcane's, Bethesda games. They are that good. Dishonored 1, 2, and even that DLC. That not DLC. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, outside. It's not a DLC. It's a
right,
separate game. It's
yeah.
basically a third game. It's a short game. All three of these games, they are like legit top-notch games. They are very underrated, by the way, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of people have not even
Oh,
played
I
those
played
games.
them and I liked them. I liked them. They're
Yeah.
not my all-time favorites. I like two a little bit better than one.
Two, I like two more. Prey, on the other hand, even though I did not like that game, but that game is far and beyond better than Redfall, man. I mean, there's a huge drop off with Red. It's just like the same thing with a Suicide Squad. I know it's supposed to be a different game than Arkham games, but when you go from Arkham, like Asylum, City, Night, and then you go down to Suicide Squad, it's just awful, man. And that's what Redfall is, in my opinion. Redfall is Suicide
I
Squad.
mean, that's fair. I'm just saying that for me, my opinion personally, because I like after all the updates, it's actually a stable game. It is it's not that the game is bad in my opinion. It's more of it's co-op. It's more of a co-op shooter. You can play it single player. It's yes, it's not the prettiest game, um, but I'm
Is
not.
it a similar?
But the biggest issues at launch was the graphical issues, the stability, the fact that
Frames?
it launched at 30 frames. It's 60 now.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, I think it would have scored higher. I still would never put it in the same league as Dishonored. I think it would have.
yeah,
I think I'm actually. I would bet money it would have scored a higher. I think it would have scored in 7.5 or between 7 and 7.5.
but here's the thing: we're not as far as Microsoft gamers. We're looking for our 80 plus, 85. Actually, we're looking to 90 plus game. The only game for Microsoft to go there is Forza, and I think Flight Simulator. But nobody plays that game. The few people. I'm sorry, people. I'm being rude, but whatever. Nobody plays that game. Even if the people play it,
No one
this
plays it
is
on
from
console, but It has a huge following on PC.
Back in the day too, especially. Is it still today? I
Oh,
don't think so.
it still has a huge thing because they're done updating the last one, but they're with the new ones released. But I mean, it is.
But for console people, they're just hyping it up, man. I'm just saying,
Oh
man. I
yeah,
mean,
that's true. But
it
I'm
is
just gonna
gonna
say
like.
it's bigger than what you think. But it's a PC game.
No, I
That's
mean,
what it is.
I honestly think it was bigger back in the day. I just think it's not as big now as it was back in the day. I mean, I played it back in the day too on my Pentium 3 or 4 PC, whatever. So, but Forza is the only game to crack that 90 score, Metacritic, whatever, like whatever you think want to use. Like, there's no game from Microsoft to get close to that yet.
And
No,
yeah,
I mean,
it definitely in the
hey,
last 10 years, last 10 to 15 years. But
so to say,
they've had
I'm sorry.
several before then.
But I'm just saying. Sorry, I've been over talking. But one like
No, you're
quick thing,
fine.
nobody from Microsoft, like as a true Xbox fan. I'm not talking about fanboys. I'm talking about true Xbox fans, like legit gamers. Nobody's looking for 7.5 right now. I mean, it's nobody is.
I'm
Like,
yeah, yeah. I'm just I'm not trying to defend it, but I'm trying to point out the reason it got such a low score. I'm not saying it should have gotten a higher score. I'm saying it would have gotten a higher if it would have been
yeah,
a stable game. And I get what you're saying. You want Microsoft fans want the bragging rights. That's fine. I mean, I'm just saying like as I keep saying, is I don't. For me personally, no matter who's making it, even though I worship Bioware, I love Bioware. And,
it did
like,
Anthem, right?
well, yeah, they did Anthem. They did Anthem, but they've done Dragon Age, my favorite game
No, no,
series.
no, no, no. I thought you were gonna just go and say like, well, you worship BioWare,
Well,
and
I
then they
mean,
did
like
Anthem.
any but I don't even get excited anymore until I play the game. Like, oh, a new Mass Effect, that's about my excitement. I'm going to get it day one, but I'm not going to say, I'm not expecting it to be better than Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 2, or, well, actually, 2 is better than 3, but still. I,
But 3 is still a legit good game, though,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So,
it's still legit. I'm just saying,
uh,
I think it's where I've gotten used to, like, getting let down, because when I was younger, I used to do that to me, and
mhm.
probably the biggest one that hurt me the most was Rage.
About Bethesda, right?
It's id.
Rage 2?
No, Rage 1.
Okay.
I was super excited because it was the Doom guys. Like, ooh, first person shooter from Doom. And it looks so
Mhm.
good, even with all the trailers and stuff. I mean, the gameplay was top notch, don't get me wrong. But it was just a awful generic story.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was like,
Since then, you've been like that. Like you don't get excited with
I
that.
don't get excited until I play it. I always get excited when I first see a trailer of a new game. Like I got excited when Perfect Dark was announced. Like I was like, oh, Perfect Dark. I knew it was Perfect Dark the second that the Datadyne building popped up because I was such a big fan of Perfect
The
Dark.
game.
Yeah, like
Okay.
and Datadyne appears like halfway through the thing. I was like, oh, this is Perfect Dark because they haven't changed the Datadyne building.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, oh, that's Datadyne,
Hmm.
and like not even a few seconds later, it's like, yep, Perfect Dark. There's Joanna. Um,
Gotcha.
but
Uh,
yeah, but yeah, like it's just
can
that's
I,
just how it is.
yeah, can I give you my experience? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like
go right ahead. Share your experience.
you had that bad experience with Rage, right? But for me, I mean, I think it's been like the recent studios, like who's hitting, who's not hitting on their games. Like for example, Capcom, right? Capcom, and then you have FromSoft and Insomniac, and also Playground Games. Once I saw those games, I was excited, right? I was generally excited, and they almost all of them, except for Capcom's Exo Primo, I believe is that the game. Exo
Exo
Primo, yeah,
Primal.
yeah. That game. Besides, I mean, but that's the only game I had no excitement for, to be honest. And like all their games hit. Resident Evil 4. Street Fighter 6, Dragon's Dogma 2, right? They all hit for FromSoft, except for maybe the shooter game they had just now last year. What's that game? Armor Core 6. Armor Core. I mean, even that didn't do that bad. It wasn't that bad of a game, but like obviously it did not live up to their hype level like of Elden Ring, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3.
I feel like
Armor
Armor
Core.
Core is Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco is a publisher and FromSoft is a developer.
Oh, you're talking about From, so I thought
Yeah,
you were just on Capcom.
yeah, From stuff. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
sorry. So they hit though, but there are some studios where I do still get excited, but I'm also cautious too. For example, I'm gonna say right now, Halo Infinite. I was cautious, but it still delivered for me. I was cautious. I was excited, but I was also cautious. That's what happened with me. Well, see, game that let me down was the most recent one in a way, and that's Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I mean, we all saw it coming too. Like, it's not gonna be as good as like Rocksteady's previous games, but still had hope because it's Rocksteady, right? I still had that hope. It let me down, but still, I'm not like you, man. I'm still excited. If I see another game from Software, I'm just gonna lose it, and I will know it's gonna do good. I just and if it doesn't do it, then yeah, I'll be on your side, and then I'm gonna start thinking like you. But as of right now, no. Tekken 8, for example, one last thing. Tekken 8, for example, I was like excited for it. I was like, this is gonna be better than Tekken 7, and it did it. It just completely took Tekken 7 off. Like it's much better than Tekken 7. So I mean,
hey, I
I'm
mean,
getting my good games. I'm getting my bad games too, but I'm still excited for good games, man. I am.
yeah, I'm just like, and I'm just saying, this is just how I am. Like, I'll get excited for any game, but I will not say if it's good if I know it's going to be good or bad. That's just me.
But Rage is a long time ago, man. You gotta let it go.
No, the Rage was was the biggest one, but there's been a couple other ones. Like I
Oh,
had a small little bit of letdown with Mass Effect Andromeda.
okay, okay.
So, and that
Gotcha.
one's
Yeah, I mean,
more.
not just you. I think most people, right? A lot of people, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
it
like,
just it wasn't the same Mass Effect, not because it was just they took it in such a weird direction for from what Mass Effect was. I mean, I like that they added some stuff, but they didn't implement it right. Is really with me. But
but thing on that quick, since you brought it up, because I have not played it yet. Andromeda. It's they kind of did set expectations for people. It's not like the same like story or like it's not continuing where they left off in Mass Effect 3, right? Or is it like the continuation
no,
of Mass
no,
Effect?
it's canon. It's supposed to be canon. The way I understand it is this game takes place like in between 2 and 3, and they build starships to escape just in case they do fail
Okay. Okay.
to
Gotcha.
Andromeda. So,
Gotcha.
so I'm not
Back
sure
to
if
our
it will
top.
be canon when the new one launches, but it's kind of weird.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay. I thought
um,
they labeled it as Mass Effect 4, no? Or is it just called Mass Effect for now?
well, Mass Effect. There's you a game that's about 6 7 years out because they still haven't released Dreadwolf. I thought it was coming this year.
No, no, no. It's not 6 7. It's not 6 7. I think they announced it in 2020 21. I
Well,
think so.
yeah, they announced it, but I feel like it. Like I'm just saying, it was a 6 7 year out from the announcement.
Also,
Um,
Dragon Age 4 too, right?
yeah,
Dragon Age 4.
yeah, Dragon Age, Dreadwolf. Um,
Gotcha.
but let's go back to. I'm gonna kind of touch on these because we really went along there, but
Yeah.
we know Avowed's coming this year. Towerborn, um, Contraband, the one you mentioned. Uh, we can review it a little bit. Contraband
Contraband
is
is.
supposed to be a heist game, a 4 player heist game.
Oh, okay. I lost my all excitement. I thought it was a single player game.
No, it's a co-op 4 player heist game. It,
Okay. Okay.
so
It's a shooter game, right?
it's a shooter. Yes,
Yep.
I'm not sure if
And
it's third or first person. We don't know. If you go by their lineage, you're gonna go third. Um,
one more thing. Is it like a third party studio developing
yes,
an exclusive for Xbox
yeah,
or
and
timed
I
exclusive?
no, it's third party. It is
No,
a
no, no. Is
third.
it
No, it's
timed
a third
exclusive?
part. technically, in most in like actual development, second party isn't a thing, but
Yep.
best way to explain it, it's second party. It is the publisher is publishing a game that is not owned by from a studio that's not owned by them. So kind of with Stellar Blade, but Stellar Blade was a little different because it was they like literally announced it with an Xbox logo, and then it went exclusive. So I think Stellar Blade's coming next year to Xbox.
Not Stellar Blade, Contraband.
Well, I'm
Oh,
just
State.
I used it as an
Okay.
example.
Gotcha.
That's best way. It's second party, but if you ask Xbox or Sony, second party is not a thing.
Okay.
So, but it is a heist game. It takes place in like the 60s or 70s. I think it's the 70s because they're playing Steely Dan in the trailer.
Okay. Damn, that's loud. Okay.
And it's like it's probably more like a if you ever played Payday, I say it's going to be like a jungle stealth based off of that.
Oh no, I don't like Payday at all. I don't know. I hope not, man. I hope it's different.
Well, it's going to be. I'm going to say it's going to be their own style, but that's probably going to be the closest comparison is Payday.
Gotcha. I mean, I know a lot of people love Payday 2. They do, but I played Payday 3. Oh man, no.
So that just gives you, because when they announced it, that was all the information they give, that it was a co-op heist game. So,
Gotcha. Want to talk about the big one, Everwild?
Everwild. Now we did get an update on it about 2 years ago.
2 years.
I
like you said it though. Like 2 years is like basically we got an update like 2 months ago. It's 2 years ago.
Well, no, it was about 2 years. Like, and let's just be straight with that one. They literally said that they are still planning to release it, but they went. The thing they didn't scrap the whole game. They scrapped the gameplay, and they are trying to figure out how to implement the gameplay in their game. So,
and I hope we see it sometime soon, man. I really do. It's been a while.
I say at the Xbox press release, which we're going to do a live, or it's going to be one of our very few actual live shows. We're going to do a live after action report.
Yeah.
Like immediately after it's over.
Unless people call Jared to work, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm actually going to use a PTO day for that. I do every year.
Understood. Nice.
I do like that. I love watching the press releases. I always use PTO.
Showcase, right?
Yep, showcases.
Yeah.
Well, I don't call them showcases now. I just call them press releases because that's what they are. They're just press stuff.
I mean, so you are kind of like hoping it's gonna be there this year? Like you have like high hopes or like?
Not for Everwild. I don't think Everwild will be there this year. I will say what I do expect is there'll be 2 games that are expected to drop in 2025. I'm pretty sure one of them is going to be Fable. I would bet money that it's Fable. And the other one, it's either going to be, if it is one of them, it's going to be South of Midnight.
Oh.
The 3 that I'm thinking of that's most likely going to show up, if it's not, if it, for the other one, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at least 2. South of Midnight, Perfect Dark, or State of Decay 3.
Perfect Dark. Okay.
But I'm not saying it's out, but I think it's further in development than what people are thinking. Because development never stopped. Even the news doesn't, even the press weren't sure about it. I don't think it ever stopped.
I thought you were gonna say Clockwork Revolution instead of Perfect Dark. To be honest,
I could throw that one in there too. I forgot. I didn't think about it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Speaking of, and we're actually talking about ones that I know we probably won't see, and we probably won't see anything for a while. Would be Project Mara, which is the other game from Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Uh, Everwild. We might see
The
Contraband.
okay.
We might see Contraband. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. We won't see OD because we won't see OD until any more about OD until after Death Stranding is
I
out.
don't. I don't care about OD at all. I'm sorry.
I'm just
So,
I'm just telling. I'm just saying what's coming.
uh, it looks
OD
so
is
creepy.
also known as overdose. So
Thanks.
let's see. I'm trying to think.
Killer Instinct 2. We won't see that.
The secret game from Hitman's developer, Project Dragon. We could see it. We could see it.
I. All right.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We could see it, and then there's Project.
They could show that game. They could show that game. They could.
Yeah,
Because Jack Gordon kind of talked about it last year.
yeah, but he doesn't
So,
know if it's still exclusive or not. Last I heard.
and it doesn't matter. It's a game.
Yeah,
So,
we can still see it.
uh,
And then there's a chance we might see Project Maverick.
what was that again? Like a flight simulator
No,
DLC?
Project Maverick is all we know is the project name, and it's the exclusive from People Can Fly.
Oh, the same guy who did Outriders, right?
Yep.
Recently.
It's probably the Outriders team.
I mean, I didn't mind Outriders. Outriders was a fun game, actually.
So, but we kind of touched base on them all, and we basically with our 2 long discussions about the 2 that we started with, we kind of covered why everything takes and why they did it, and it's just I know it sucks when games get announced early, but that's just part of the thing, and honestly, I think if we see games going forwards, I think now that when everybody's getting stable, we won't see ones years out unless it's from Kojima. Just because Jeff Keighley wants his Kojima on his little show.
Do you want to talk about Sony games, or can we do?
Oh yeah,
more
well the only ones that we know for a fact that are announced. We'll touch on Sony. We got time, but not much. We don't want to go too long. But we'll touch on the Sony stuff.
We don't want to talk about third-party stuff at all.
We'll hit the third party too. Stellar Blade, we know is coming.
Gotcha. Now I just want to mention some names of third-party. We don't have to talk about them. I just want to mention their names, so just for people to know, like they're out there. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here, I'm getting the list right now.
Wolverine, right there.
Yep,
No, it's
Wolverine. We know that one's
Is
in
it-
development. Death Stranding 2, we don't have a date on it yet. It's just 2025, I think. Yeah, 2025 is what it said.
That's technically not a first-party game, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, Death Stranding's owned by Sony. But Kojima has special permissions to put the games wherever he wants. He just can't release a full version on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean they can release it on PC Game Pass though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What else? This game they announced last year.
There it is. There's the list. I was just trying to pull it up. This one, it could still be one, but it sounds like it has been canceled as an exclusive. With the sale of the recent sale of one of the studios from Embracer Group. It was the group that went independent. I talked about it one day on the news. Knights of the Old Republic remake. And a couple days later, news came out that when that separated happened, that Sony also pulled out of the exclusivity deal.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So it could still be
There's
exclusive, but there's no official information about it.
there's this game they announced last year. I think it's a third party game, but like it's releasing on Sony's exclusively. Phantom Blade Zero. It's a samurai game. They showed it off. It looks really cool. And like we haven't heard about it since then, basically, since last year. Yeah, it was the big showcase Sony did just before E3 last year. Like not E3, but like you know what I meant, summer showcase.
Gotcha. Man,
Yeah,
they are really light. Silent 2 Hill.
light on, yeah, light on announcements, but I'm pretty sure they're working on stuff, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty.
yeah. I know that, but I mean, like the other one, even the Xbox stuff. At least I knew there was projects in. I'm just saying. But here's another one that we know is coming: Silent Hill 2 remake. Um,
Not
then
first.
there is. I already mentioned it. Standing 2. Um, Stellar
That's
Blade,
it.
Until Dawn remake.
Or wait, what?
Until
Uh,
Dawn remake.
no, no, no. It needs a remake.
They're doing a remake for it, and it's
It
gonna,
looks like,
and it's launching on PC day and date.
bro. It looks perfectly fine. You sure it's not remastered? I mean, it looks
No,
fine.
it says straight remake.
It launched during PS4 Gen. Like, what are they smoking, man?
It's
What the heck?
it's being rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5.
You're talking about the supermassive games, right? It's the same developer who developed the Quarry
Yeah,
Until Dawn. Just don't understand. This is dumb. This is so dumb.
it's
It's not even a
Sony.
PS3.
They do this all the time. They do.
Not for PS4 games. This is gonna be the first PS4 game to get a
Mm,
remake.
it was kind of they're saying it was a remake, but Last of Us 2.
That's a remaster. I mean, it came out already.
But yeah,
It's a remaster. It's a
yeah. But I'm
remaster,
just
not a
telling
remake.
you, that's what's in development. It's coming.
Bro, that's dumb. Yeah, but that's dumb if that's true. The remake part. It is so dumb. I
So
mean, what the game that they need to do is a remaster version of Bloodborne with 60 FPS and release it on PC too, to be honest. That's what they should be doing instead of remaking Until Dawn. I mean, seriously, this makes no sense. Um,
Phantom Blade.
yeah, I mentioned that the samurai game, Phantom Blade Zero.
Yep, Phantom Blade 0.
That's about it, to be honest, with the announce.
Yeah,
But I'm sure, I have a feeling,
we're gonna hear
uh,
something this year. They're
yeah,
running out of stuff.
they have to. I have a feeling, what's their name? We're gonna hear a game from the studio behind Days Gone, Ben Studio. I'm pretty sure they're up to something. Them and Naughty Dog.
Yeah. Oh, they're. I think they're the ones doing the Until Dawn remake.
What?
Let me read that article.
No, no. Ben Studio, bro, you're confusing the hell out of me. Especially with these them doing remake and then Ben Studio developing.
No, well, no, like Until Dawn remake is in this list. It's official. It is a real thing. They showed a trailer at their recent Sony Stand Up Play.
Probably did not even watch that state of play. What the hell? Um, or you look at that up, and then if you want, I can just go ahead and mention some third-party games that have been announced for a while, and for some of them, they actually showed off gameplay, like long, legit gameplay, and then they just went
Yeah, you can
MIA.
go on ahead and touch on some of them. Um,
So first game, I mean, it was announced. It was announced back in 2020, but they recently showed it off during August 2023 during what do you call that, the event that takes place in Germany, Gamescom. Yeah. Crimson Desert. It's a Pearl Abyss game. Crimson Desert. It looks really good. It has that Witcher 3 feel with Assassin's Creed stuff in there. That game was announced 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago. Then there's a Lost Soul Aside. I think that's a Sony exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Lost Soul Aside. I forgot the name of the developer, but it looks really good. They showed an IGN showed off an 18-minute gameplay for Lost Soul Aside. It has Devil May Cry written all over. I don't
I
know if
can't
that's,
find much more than what we just mentioned. It's real light for
what about
exclusives.
Lost Soul Aside? Is that an exclusive though? Can you look that up real quick? Lost Soul Aside. I thought that's an exclusive for PlayStation. Lost Soul Aside. And it looks really good. And it has an 18-minute gameplay on IGN that was posted 2 years ago. And gameplay posted 2 years ago.
I've got
Is
it
he
here. I'm just getting in the wiki now if I can. Yeah, because I just rather read it instead of going through somebody's site.
All right, and as you're looking at it, I'm gonna mention a couple more games.
Platforms. It pretty much is a PlayStation exclusive. So.
Okay. It looks really good. I don't know. I hope it doesn't get canceled because they're just not talking about it at all. They're just no, but not even the developer himself are like tweeting or giving out any updates, whatever. Um, where winds meet, there's another game, and then there's another game called Project the Perceiver. They're like two samurai games that look a lot like Shakiro, Shadows Die Twice. I'm excited for them. They're like at the top. And then there's a big superhero game that was announced during Game Awards, Wonder Woman by Monolith
Um,
Studios.
Where Winds Meet is also coming to Xbox and PC.
Great. That's good. That's good to hear. What about Wonder Woman, man? Where is that game? You didn't even mention about that. I know it's a third-party game, but Wonder Woman is a huge game, right?
It.
By Monolith Studios. Yeah.
Let's see. Wonder Woman game.
Monolith Studios are the developers who did Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor,
Yeah.
Shadow of War. Yeah, so
Um.
they're making this game, and I'm excited for it. But like, I hope it's still in development.
It
I
should
mean, what
be. It's still. It should be. It's WB.
it's no. What I'm just saying is Warner Brother Games had not just Warner Brother Games, Warner Brother Company itself is just going through a whole new, change.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
It's
hope.
and it's taken 6 years. We could see this. We could see this summer. I would say this one might be a good one for Keeley's show.
Yeah, Game Awards because it was announced during Game Awards.
No,
Are you
actually,
saying
Keeley's doing
release
a live. It's it's called
Summer
Keeley's
Game
doing
Fest?
yeah. It's a summer showcase. It's summer. It's summer showcase.
Summer- No, it's called Summer Games Fest, if I'm not mistaken,
Well,
right?
no, he's doing Summer Game Fest, but the first show is Summer Showcase.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like
that's cool.
Friday, I think.
I mean, I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. I thought that was the day for Summer Games Fest before Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday were like E3 days or yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, that's it
Sure.
from me basically. Oh, there's one more. I know. I mean, nobody probably knows about this game, but Fate of Danshin Hereafter, another like samurai type game. I love my samurai games, people.
It's Summer Games Fest showcase. Yeah, it's just Games Fest live. So I thought it was called Summer Game Fest Showcase, but so yeah, and it's June 7th.
Gotcha.
So,
Ooh, that's not far. That's not far.
yeah,
That's not
well,
far.
the Xbox is supposed to be June 9th. The
Is
Ubisoft
that
Forward is June 10th.
June 9 is Sunday?
Yes, that's why
Gotcha.
I said it
Still,
was 7th on Friday. So
gotcha. Before we go, can we do one more thing, if you don't mind?
sure.
Any game from any developer that you think, not it doesn't have to be announced. You think could get announced or could we could see during this summer.
Let's
Any
see.
game from any developer, first, third, second party, whatever.
I've already said it. I'm gonna stick with Fable.
No. Okay, you want to do announce already? Okay, that's fine.
Oh, you
Okay,
mean I thought
I
you
was
were
talking
like
about
announced to be released,
brand
like
new game,
a
brand
brand
new
new
game.
game. Uh, I couldn't tell you what the game is, but I think we probably see a brand new game from what's the group called? Think Jared. It is a first party. Um,
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Guerrilla Games?
Yep, that's it. Guerrilla Games.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's about time we hear about which it's rumored to be Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Oh, that's Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch, yeah, Sucker Punch. I'm getting tired, man. I mean, it's almost 11:30. Yeah, we record like in the late evenings most of the time, so.
Yeah, today we started off later than usual because of me. I apologize, but sorry. And from my
his
side,
hot
from my
takes.
side, yeah, sorry, I'm sorry.
No,
And
I'm
from
just
my
kidding.
side, I think there's a game coming out from Capcom. We're gonna get announcement for it this year, and I think it's time. It's Devil May Cry 6. That's mine. I'm betting my money on it. We will
Wouldn't
hear
it be
about
7?
Devil.
I thought 6 just came out.
No. That was a mobile game. Sorry, the one you're thinking about.
Okay, the
It's
one I'm
called
thinking about. Gotcha.
Combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it on my phone right now.
Let's see if I can make.
All right, so that's it.
That's all, folks.
That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I just had Sonic and Tails just fly by. One of
That's
my
all.
other
That's all.
ornaments. It's a cool one. I like it.
All right.
All right, but anyway, what do you plan on playing this week?
A lot. Tonight probably the game that I just started off with my hot take, Rise of the Ronin, and then No Rest for the Wicked, and then next week I'll start in Stellar Blade day one. All right, let's go. And still playing Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Let's see, next week. Nah, I won't be playing Stellar Blade. I'm gonna wait until it's cheaper.
That's a good game. It looks good.
A lot of things look good. Doesn't mean it will be good. It will be good.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, as for me, I am currently on a little bit of an achievement kick. A little bit of a Fallout kick thanks to Fallout show. Best show ever. Have you watched it yet or seen an episode?
Video game adaptation, or like any show in general is the best show.
Video game adaptation. My favorite show of all time is MASH, but that's just because of the memories of watching it with my dad.
Gotcha. Very cool.
So,
Gotcha. No, I haven't seen it yet, by the way.
what's wrong with you, man?
Oh, I would rather play games than watch shows. And today, Sarah Bond pissed me off today. She's like, "Oh, what next game video adaptation would you like to see as turn into a movie?" I'm like, "Make freaking games. I don't care about shows or movies right now."
Well, I gotta say, it's that good, man. You've gotta watch it. Just one
Bro, I get it, Ben, but I just don't want all these subscriptions, man. I don't want Paramount. I don't want Amazon Prime. I don't want Netflix. I mean, I have Netflix, but I don't want to do all these subscriptions. What's the Sony show game that's on a different subscription? It came out recently.
Let's see. I think that one's Max.
No. That's you're talking about Last of Us. Talking about the recent show.
Twisted Metal.
Yeah,
Peacock.
that's on a peak. So yeah, I mean, I just don't want to subscribe to everything, man. I know I can cancel, but no, thank you.
Subscribe for 1 month, man. It's worth it.
No, for Peacock, no.
And yeah, maybe not Peacock, but I will say Prime is worth it because it actually has a whole bunch of good shows. You got Invincible. You love superhero stuff. I'm surprised you don't watch Invincible.
Is that the anime show?
It's an animated superhero show. Yeah.
Omni Man, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not for me.
What is it too scary for you?
No. I just don't like any of those characters at all. Not at all. None of them.
Why? What they do to you?
I mean, just don't look good. Especially Omni Man. He looks awful. I don't know, and rude. So no.
It's a great show, man. Great show.
Okay.
His hot takes. All right, everybody. At Dower this week, Dower Hassan, tell him to watch Fallout and Invincible. Just do it. Just do it.
No, I mean, I'll play my games. Sorry, I don't have time, man. I'm tired right now. I want to play games. I don't want to go watch shows.
What, you don't want to curl up on the couch and watch a show with your wife?
I mean, though we're watching a show right now, and actually, that's me rewatching. That's The Flash from Netflix. And I'm rewatching that right now. So that's one show I'm doing. Besides that, nothing else, man. Yeah.
Well, his hot
The
takes.
next
Everyone
show,
says my hot takes are bad.
the next show that I'm looking forward to, it's maybe next year, is Stranger Things 5. That's it.
That's fine. All right. Socials.
Yeah, you can follow me Dower_Sen at on Twitter, X, and Dower Rock and Roll on Xbox. Yep, that's where you can find me. These are the two platforms where I'm mostly on.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't think his PlayStation's good enough to share.
I mean, it's Dower 25, 26. I don't even like that name. So, go for it.
You can find me on Twitter at random_name, or you can find us on our Twitter itself at Inside Game Chat.
Not game chat. Inside game chat. Remember how I started the show?
Yeah, Inside Game Chat. He keeps wanting to call it because we had some trouble as cast, but it's Game Chat. It's like it's labeled on everything.
Oh, not here. It actually says Inside Gameplay on Discord. So, I
Inside Game. Oh, I think
see
that's
it.
for my
You see it.
channel. Even though we never did
Whatever.
gameplay, I can fix
Whatever.
that. I can literally stand here, push
Whatever.
down, and just click edit server
You got
profile.
all over the place. Game chat, gameplay, gamecast.
Yeah, like literally, they're seeing me do this right now. Server profile. Oh, it won't let me while I'm in stream.
Yeah, I actually don't mind this name though. Inside Gameplay. Pretty cool, in my opinion.
But that one actually has the copyright.
Is it the name of our is it? Oh shoot.
That's yeah. I think this was the first name we settled on. I went on and made this Discord so we could start talking. Just give everybody a little thing, and then I got when I went through my copyright, it binged. I was like, okay, we got to do that. So then we tried Inside Game Cast, and that one binged because it was too close to a different one that's a company that's inside games. So we were able to get Inside Game Chat. But yep, you know the story why we have our name.
Yeah, now you know, and hopefully I'll remember the name. So
Someday, someday, someday you will. All right, check out everyone. See you later.
peace out. Peace out.